this heaven?
No. It's Iowa.
Well, hello, Section Monkeys. Welcome back to SkyGeneYouTube Experience. I'm Ben. We're going to talk about Season 1 of The Offer. And, wow. This is one of those... Fuck. This is amazing. This is one of those TV series that really took me by surprise and is something I've never seen before. And I don't think I'm going to see anytime soon. Because to replicate this, you really need a fucking home run. The story, I mean, we all know The Godfather is the highest grossing movie of all time when it came out in 1972. Great fucking movie. And the fact of what it took to make that movie blew my mind. Because I didn't read the book. And I was iffy with the movie. Not like it's a great fucking movie. But iffy like I didn't know much about it. I've only seen it a few times. Every time I watch it, fucking home run. I think I've watched it 3 times now in the last couple of weeks since I've been watching The Offer, and it gets better and better each time. Because during this TV series, they really dig into what it took to make this movie, and they show them making few scenes and talking about few scenes. For example, when the head was in the fucking bed, the headless, just the head of a horse, that was a real horse's head. Shit like that, it blows my mind. The wedding scene, the very opening scene, they to get that filming location, the mafia pretty much held that guy hostage and told him, we're gonna come here and we're gonna film this. Shit like that. Wow. But the acting, the way these people portrayed the real people in real life, that's really wow. You don't see that at all. Like the guy that portrayed Al Pacino, swear to God, it could have been his fucking son. Swear to God, it could have been his son. And the guy that portrayed Robert Evans, that voice and his mannerisms, wow. And they actually do it on Paramount, studio, which is fucking amazing. This whole thing was awesome. And what you see behind the scenes, how hard it is to make a movie. They talk about the budget. They talk about when to release dates. They talk about actors of like their contracts, the lighting, stuff you never really think about. It's amazing. And like how many higher ups have their 2 cents of I want this, and how easy it can just fall apart, and how easy someone else can just take helm of a film, like a producer, and be like, you know what? I'm going to be the producer. This is what we're going to do. I know you've been doing this for a year now. Like, for example, they were going to do a 3-hour cut like you see in the theater. But there's one producer comes in and says, no, make it 2 hours. I want it 2 hours. We want more screen time. And it's just like, dude, you don't understand what you're doing. Love all that stuff. You definitely have 2 moments, maybe 3 of like really great speeches and dialogue back and forth. And every time has Bob Evans, his character in it. Seriously, it was amazing. Episode 9 had the last 20 minutes when they're discussing what the poster should be and what the poster should not be, and what the audience wants to see on a poster, what attracts them to the movie. It's a brilliant fucking speech. And there's one speech with Bob Evans, he talks about even the logo of Paramount and the reason behind it and the history of it. It's unbelievable. And a lot of things that I did not realize was how much the real mafia of New York City, the Joe Colombo and the Colombo family, really had their hands in this movie. And how Al Ruddy really, he's done stuff that a producer should never have to do. And he became friends with the mafia, more or less. And it's incredible how the mafia can the power they had is unbelievable. They can shut down a fucking movie like that. Too easy. It's great to really see the mafia's point of view also of this. Because like when the book came out, the mafia fucking hated this book. So that's why when they were making this movie, they at first were like, no, you're not making this movie, let alone in New York City. But it took Al Ruddy his persuasion to tell him like, look, this is a different point of view. This is what it's going to be like. And the mafia's like, oh, that's actually really good. Make that, and we want a cut of that. We want some money. And the Mafia themselves, actually were the first ones to see the movie. They had this own secret premiere before the real premiere. Because you're not going to bring the Mafia people to the actual premiere. You just can't do that. But it's awesome seeing how they, show the Mafia's point of view. Overall, for a SkyGene score, I'm giving this an 8.5 out of 10. An 8.5 out of 10. Seriously. Paramount Plus is doing such a great job making these stuff. They got The Offer, 1883, Mayors of Keenstown. That's tough to watch. Very, very adultish. Very adultish. But great. Great. And now, eventually they'll get the Yellowstone. They'll get them in. It's just contracts. They're contracted out through Peacock, but eventually they'll get that. They have the up and coming 1932, which is more or less a sequel to 1883, but it's like a generation sequel. They just did a teaser for Tulsa King, which is that Sylvester Stallone mob gangster. It looks great, and it's Taylor Sheridan. And Paramount Plus also has Scream rights, Top Gun rights. I'm starting now watching this Joe Pickett. I watched the first episode, and it's really awesome. It's about a game warden. It's kind of like take Yellowstone and Game Warden and mix it like that. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, overall 8.5 out of 10. I really, 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 really hope they make a follow-up to this when they made the second Godfather. I really do. And change the point of view to someone else's point of view. That would make this amazing. Alright, Sexy Monkeys, I'm curious what you guys have to think about The Offer. I am really curious. Until then, I'll see you guys later.